Hey guys, hi, I'm Amrit Raj, biology expert here at Vedantu. So I'm here to take the next session, which is control and coordination. Yep. So today we'll deal with control and coordination. In the last two sessions, we did life processes. We saw certain questions, which have appeared in the exams and which will be helpful for you to gather an idea about how to write in the exams. I told you tips and tricks, basically what a teacher expects you to write in the exam. So as you all know, in Sprint Tech series, we have, like in biology, I'm going to take 8 sessions. This is my 3rd session on control and coordination, and there are 5 more sessions to come. If you have missed the session on life processes, please Google it, please watch it on our website only, okay, on our channel, YouTube channel. Okay, so today I'll discuss with you control and coordination, certain questions on that. As time permits, I'll try to cover as much as possible. Okay, let's start. So now, what is control and coordination, people? Yes, what do we study in control and coordination? Yeah, we study in control and coordination how our body is controlled. How am I moving my hand? How is my, how am I able to talk? How is my eyes blinking? How are my eyes blinking? Okay, so all these things are controlled by my brain and spinal cord. So we will see what all processes help us human beings to control various parts of our body, and there are certain parts which cannot be controlled by our body. What are they? Yes, please. Yeah, you cannot control your heart. We cannot control our pupils. They shrink. They get, constricted. They get dilated. We cannot control them. It is controlled by intensity of light. So, it's a complex process. Certain things I can control. Certain things I cannot control. So that is what we will study in control and coordination. People, in biology, we are studying, especially in 10th grade, we are basically studying about our human body, as I told you in the last class. Last class, we saw life processes. What are the processes which are necessary for us to survive? Okay, in this chapter, we will see how are we able to control certain parts of our body and how are other parts controlled in our body. Say, for example, my kidneys are also controlled by something. My heart rate is also controlled by something. Okay, and my digestive juices, all these things are controlled by something. So we will see what are the processes which are present in our body which help us in controlling various, activities, our activities, daily activities. Okay, chalo, let's see. The first thing, there are 2 types of systems which help us to control our body. What are they? Nervous system. Nervous system is the first system which helps to control our body. What is nervous system made up of? There are 3 things over here. CNS is Central Nervous System. Then we have PNS. What is PNS? Yes, Peripheral Nervous System. Okay, and the third thing is Autonomous Nervous System. Okay, so this is nervous system. Nervous system helps us in controlling our body, and nervous system consists of 3 things: Central Nervous System, Peripheral Nervous System, and Autonomous Nervous System. Okay, can anyone tell me what is the difference between these 3? Yes? Yeah. Okay, as I told you people in the last class also, please keep a pen and paper handy. Okay, I have a bad habit. I'll keep asking, okay, what do you mean by this? What is this? What is that? Okay, so whenever I say something like that, you just write it down your paper. Okay, because what will this do is it will help you to register more. Else you'll just watch me like a movie and then you'll forget everything. Okay, I don't want that to happen. I want certain things which I am teaching to stay with you for a longer period of time. Okay, so please keep a pen and paper handy, and whenever I say what is this, just write it down. I'll give you some time also, or you can pause the video and write it down for some time. Okay, chalo. Now what is central nervous system? Basically central nervous system consists of two things. What are they? Brain and spinal cord. Brain and spinal cord, we say they make the central nervous system. Okay, now then comes peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system, we say it consists of nerves. It consists of nerves. See, this is my brain. This is my spinal cord. है ना? Then there are nerves coming out of it. Nerves coming out of my brain. Nerves are coming out. Okay, then there are nerves coming out of spinal cord. Okay, and they are spread throughout the body. Are you able to understand? There are nerves coming out of my body, है ना? And spinal cord से also nerves are coming out. What are they helping me in? Controlling my body. The nerves coming out of the brain are called as cranial nerves. Nerves coming out of my brain are called as cranial nerves. Nerves coming out of my spinal cord, yes please, yes, they are what? They are spinal nerves. I will understand. First is central nervous system, which is brain and spinal cord. Then some nerves are coming out of them. They are called as peripheral nervous system. Then third is autonomous nervous system. Now what is this? Yes, who will tell me? Yes, students. Please, the more you interact with me, the more I'll feel ki like someone is learning from me. Okay, I need a feedback. Okay, from you people. है ना? Chalo. If you give me feedback, I'll give you my feedback to you people, and I'll be there with you people. Okay? है ना? Chalo. Now talking about autonomous nervous system. Yeah, what is happening over here? This nervous system, as the name suggests, it is not under our control. It is not under our control. For example, eyes, pupils. What happens? My pupils, they shrink when there is excess light. They open up in darkness. Can I control it myself? Voluntarily, ho ja, pupils shrink. No, it can't happen, right? It happens because of intensity of light. That is autonomous nervous system. Okay, your stomach starts producing digestive juice as soon as you eat food. Right? So, autonomous nervous system is not under our control. They are what? They are automatic in nature. Depending on the environment, they will happen, or basically they will increase certain activity or decrease certain activity. Okay, are you able to follow? Central nervous system, brain and spinal cord, peripheral nervous system, nerves, cranial nerves and spinal nerves, autonomous nervous system, which we cannot control, which is automatic almost. Okay, very good. So this is pretty much the nervous system. As I told you, there are two systems which control our body. One is nervous system, other one is, yes please. Other one is endocrine system. Right? What is this endocrine system? This is chemical system. What does it do? It controls our body through release of chemicals. Okay, what's happening over here? Here, chemicals are released in our body which helps us to control our body. Right, that is endocrine system. One is nervous system. What's happening in the nervous system? Brain and spinal cord are helping us. We can control them. How do they function? They function with the help of nerves. Endocrine system. What happens over here? Here what are involved? Here we say glands are involved. What are glands? Thyroid gland. Then what? Pituitary. We have hypothalamus. We have pancreas. So all these are glands. What do? They release chemicals. Okay. What do these chemicals do? They help us to control and coordinate our body. Control and coordinate. Okay. Are you able to follow? Chalo, we'll just see. This is the entire overview of the chapter. Okay. We'll now see some questions. I hope you would have done all these things. Okay. You have studied it already. I'll just go through the questions, and if possible, I'll try to brush up the concepts also. Okay. Chalo, let's see. So the first question is, what is synapse? What is synapse? Then, is a neuron cell, in a neuron cell, how is an electrical impulse created, and what is the role of synapse in this context? People, now this question is very important. Okay, you need to know what is a neuron. What is a neuron? Yes, boys and girls, what is a neuron? What is a neuron? Neuron is a cell of nervous system. You know this, right? Cells form tissues. When many cells come together, perform similar function, we call them as tissues. Then tissues form organs, right? Tissues, when many tissues perform similar function, what do we call them as? Organs. Right? When many organs perform similar function, what do we call them as? We call them as organ system. Okay, now let's study the nervous system. We are studying nervous system. So what do we have over here? Neuron is a cell. Okay, I'll just take some other color so that it's visible. So we have neuron. I guess this is also not visible, no? We will go with red. Okay. Yeah. So we have neuron. What tissue does it make? It makes nerves. Right? Neuron make nerve. We study peripheral nervous system. It consists of nerves, right? So neurons, when they come together, they make nerves. When many nerves together form organs like brain, spinal cord, organ system. System is nervous system. Are you able to follow? The cell is neuron. When many neurons come together, they form a nerve. When many nerves come together, they form a brain or a spinal cord, basically big organ. When many organs work together, they form organ system. Right? Chalo. Okay, I guess we are clear. Let's move to the question. Now what is happening over here? Question is, what is synapse? I guess you all know synapse is functional junction. Functional junction between two neuron. It's a functional junction between two neuron. Now what do I mean by that? See, first, this is very important. Okay, now I'll draw a diagram of a neuron. है ना, it will come no, there's a more probability that it might come in your exams also. Okay, so please. Yeah, so how do we draw a neuron? Okay, just see. Okay, it is very easy. Just you need to draw C's. Okay, then in the end, yeah. Okay, did you see? Just draw it simply. Like this. Okay, then people, you need to draw this. Okay, it is an important diagram and it might come in your exam. Now I'll draw another one. See, just draw C. Yes, are you able to follow? I would request you to draw it on your notebook. Okay, because the more you practice, the more you will get familiarized with the diagram. Okay, it is not that you will just learn and go and draw it over there. No, draw it. Just it will hardly take 1 or 2 minutes and just scribble. Okay, don't be scared to look at your own diagram. Just scribble it on the notebook. Okay, chalo. Now see, this is what we call as synapse. This is what is synapse. The functional junction between two neuron. So what happens over here? Say stimulus comes. You know na stimulus. What is stimulus? है ना? Like you're touching something. है ना? As soon as you touch something, what happens? An electrical impulse is generated. An electrical impulse is generated which travels through the, what is this part called as, people? Axon. As you touch something, axon say electrical impulse passes. By the time it reaches over here, we call it as nerve ending. है ना? यहाँ आते what happens? There are certain chemicals over here. Are you able to see it? Is it clear? Okay. So there are certain chemicals over here. What are these chemicals called as? Neuro Transmitters. Okay, let me just erase it. है ना? We have neurotransmitters. What happens to these neurotransmitters? They are released. Are you able to understand? Stimulus came, electrical impulse came, and electrical impulse reaches here. What happens over here after coming over here? This neurotransmitters are released. Then these neurotransmitters, what happens to them? They enter the dendrites. They enter the next neuron. So this junction, this junction is called as synapse. Now what happens when the neurotransmitter reaches the other neuron? Again, electrical impulse is generated which travels through the axon, and similarly the signal reaches our brain. Say I touched it. Stimulus is reaching, then my neuron say electrical impulse went, then here In the nerve endings, neurotransmitters were released. These neurotransmitters, what happened to them? They entered next dendrites. What are these called as? What are these? These are dendrites. Right? Then after they reach dendrite, what happened? New electrical impulse was generated. It traveled. By the time it reaches nerve ending, what are these? These are nerve ending. What happens over there? Neurotransmitters are released. Are you able to follow? Okay, in case question will come on, like, synapse. This is what synapse is. है ना? There is a possibility they will just ask you draw a diagram of neuron. They will just ask you simply ki draw a diagram of neuron. You need to draw this. Okay, draw this means till here. You need to draw till here. Okay, label axon, dendrites, है ना, myelin sheath, all these things. Okay, so yeah, so let's see our question. What was the question? Question was, what is synapse? We saw it's a functional junction between two neurons. The next part is, in a neuron cell, an electrical impulse created. What's the role of synapse in this context? They're asking how an electrical impulse is created and what's the role of neuron in this context. Okay, now what happens? As I told you, synapse is the functional junction between what? Between two neurons. Okay, now I explained you, right, how an electrical impulse is generated. When a nerve impulse reaches the knob, the nerve ending of an axon, chemical substances are released. They are neurotransmitters, and the electrical chemical substance called as neurotransmitter, and this creates what? Electrical impulse in the next neuron. Okay, cool. Chalo, let's see the next question. Yeah. Next question is, state how concentration of auxin stimulates the cells to grow longer on the side of the shoot which is away from the sunlight. Okay, people, now there's a need to understand, okay, something over here. Now we say ki control and coordination human beings mein it is there. Do plants also have some control and coordination? Can plants control themselves? Can plant control its shoot, branch, acha yahan nahi jata hai, aisa karo, you grow this side. Can the plants do this? Yes, they have their own control and coordination mechanism. You would have studied hydrotrophism, geotrophism, phototropism, and not as complex like us, but they have a simple control and coordination mechanism. And more especially, they have chemical coordination. What is an auxin? What's an auxin? It's a chemical which helps in control. It's a chemical which helps in control and coordination in plants. Okay, it helps in control and coordination in plants. Now, so you would have studied it. I'll explain what auxin does. It's a growth promoter. What does it do? It promotes growth. Now, it says ki state how concentration of auxin stimulates the cells to grow longer on the side of the shoot which is away from the sunlight. So what happens basically over here in plant is, say there is a plant. Okay, I'll just draw it from here. So there is a plant. So here we have this is my sun. So what happens? Plants have a tendency to grow towards sun. Now how does this happen? What happens is, when sun is over this side, what happens? The auxin moves towards the side which does not have sun. Okay, so what happens? Auxin gets accumulated in the far side where sunlight is not there. Actually, not there means it is not in that direction. I'll just draw it over here again. You know. Are you able to understand, people? I'll draw a bigger branch. So yeah, oxygen got accumulated over here. Oxygen will be accumulating in the region where sunlight is not. See, here it is not getting accumulated. So when it is getting accumulated over here, what is happening? Cells are forming over here. When cells are forming, it gets what? You know, grows in the direction of the sunlight. If cells had been formed over here, it would have been tilted this side, which is not happening. It is tilted this side because oxygen moved towards this side. Here what happens? It causes production of lot many cells. It causes production of lot many cells, which causes it to bend towards the sunlight. Okay, so this is the entire thing. When light falls on the side of the shoot, oxygen diffuses towards the shady side of the shady side of the shoot. This concentration of oxygen stimulates the cells to grow longer on the side of the shoot, which is away from the sunlight, which causes it to droop towards the sun. Right? I guess the main thing is to understand the diagram, and the oxygen diffuses to the other side where sunlight is not there. Okay. Yeah, thus plants appears to bend towards the light. Let's see the third question. Yeah, write one example each of the following movement. People, this is very easy question. Okay, I'll just run you through it very fast. Positive phototropism. What is phototropism? Movement of plant towards sunlight. Example, please write an example. Yeah, give me an example in the comments box. Growth of shoot. It is positive phototropism. What is geotropism? Movement towards gravity. Roots grow towards gravity. We say they are positive phototropism. They show for positive phototropism. Then we have hydrotropism, moving towards water. Chemotropism, moving towards certain chemicals. Right? All these things. Now, yeah, as I told you, example of positive phototropism, shoots growing towards light. Shoots growing towards light, phototropism. Negative phototropism, roots go away from the sunlight, and they go towards ground. Then geotropism, positive geotropism, roots show positive because they are moving towards the gravity. Shoots, negative geotropism, they are moving away from the gravity. Hydrotropism, again roots, they move towards the water. Chemotropism, people, important examples. Okay, examples are very important. They might come for 1 markers. Pollen tube grows towards ovule, right, during process of fertilization. The stigma pe pollen tube, pollen grains come, then they form pollen tube, they reach the ovule and fertilize the egg over there, right? So they move towards chemical. How does the pollen tube know where to grow? Because of chemicals over there. Okay, the presence of chemical guides it. Yeah, explain any 3 directional movement in plants. I guess similar type of question. How brain and spinal cord are protected in humans. People, first question, I guess phototropism, geotropism, hydrotropism. Okay, no need to discuss that. Now, how brain and spinal cords are protected? Yes, please. First is brain is protected by bone shaped cranium, bony box. Brain is present inside a bony box called as cranium. Then spinal cord protected by vertebrae. They are protected by vertebrae. Say this is my brain, this is my this thing, then you have vertebrae over here. Are you able to follow? है ना? This is vertebrae. Here it is present inside a box called as cranium. Okay, then apart from this, yes, there are three layers surrounding the brain called as meninges. Then we have cerebrospinal fluid which absorbs the shock. है ना? Like someone punches you over here, like it absorbs the shock. Cerebrospinal fluid absorbs the shock. Otherwise, brain will be, the cells will get damaged, and I don't know what we would be doing. Okay, so these things protect our brain. It's a very important organ. Okay, like if it gets damaged, it's very difficult for an organ, human being or any organism to operate or function his organs. That's why it's it has many protection. What are these? Cranium for brains, vertebrae for spinal cord, meninges, the layers, membranes around it, and cerebrospinal fluid, the fluid which prevents it from the fluid which absorbs the shock. Okay, I guess this is the the movements of the plants. Then we have are protected by our bone, as I told you, and a cranium. Then there are layers called as meninges. Then there is what? Cerebrospinal fluid. Okay. Okay, there was a third question also. What is the master gland of the body? Yes, people, what gland is called as master gland of the body? Pituitary. Why do we call pituitary as a master gland? Because it controls functions of the other glands also. It controls functions of the reproductive organs, ovaries and testes. Right? It controls thyroid also. Thyroid stimulating hormone it produces. So basically it controls various other glands also. That is why it is called as a master gland. The pituitary is called as master gland. Okay? Chalo. Let's move on to the next question. List in tabular form three differences between nervous system and control system, chemical system. I guess I told you there are two systems in our body, nervous system and chemical system. What's the nervous system? Brain and spinal cord. Right? Chemical system, glands. Now what is the difference between these two? Yes, people? We have yes, what is it? First, how does nervous system operate? Through nerves. How does chemical system operate? Through bloods. The glands produce hormones and release into the blood. These chemicals reach the organ and perform their function. Whereas in nervous system, what happens? I think over here my nerves carry it through my, nerves carry the signal from brain towards my organs. Okay. Second, this is fast. It is slow system. My gland will release. It will take certain time, slowly, steadily. It will come into action. Okay. Nervous system, impact lasts for a very short period of time, whereas chemical system impact lasts for longer duration. Impact lasts for longer duration. Because of time constraint, I am writing one words. Okay, just you need to write in one-liners. Okay, no need to explain it in paragraph form. Just write one-liners. Okay, है ना? चलो. Then next is okay, है ना? Then these are the differences between nervous system and the chemical system. Okay, like there are two more. है ना, we'll just see. है ना, formed from collection of neurons, as I told you, nerves, है ना, formed by a set of glands. So basically they operate through, you know, organs. Then they use electrical impulses, whereas chemical control mein what do we use? We use chemicals called as hormones. Okay, then signal transmission is faster in nervous system, whereas chemical system में signal transmission is very slow, है ना. The whole system is interconnected and continuous. I guess I missed this, है ना. It is continuous. My nerves are continuous. They carry, you know, throughout my organs, whereas glands are present over here. They release over here. It will slowly come, you know, and act in you know, throughout my body. They are not connected through some nerves or fibers. Okay, whereas the entire nervous system is connected, है ना. Yeah. Yeah, as I told you, neurons, they use nerves to send signals. They use blood or circulatory system. Sorry. Okay, student, I guess this is the last question. Name the hormone secreted by thyroid. Yes, please. Yes, thyroxine. है ना, where is thyroid present? Over here. है ना, deficiency of which causes goiter. Okay. This is deficiency, like problem over here causes goiter. Okay. Talking about pituitary. Yes, master gland we saw, है ना, releases growth hormone, oxytocin, vasopressin. All these hormones are released by pituitary. Talking about pancreas, yes please. Insulin and glucagon, right? Controlling blood sugar. Yeah. As I told you, thyroxine helps in metabolism of the body. Increases, you know, digestion of fat, carbohydrate, proteins. It helps in metabolism of the body. And pituitary, growth hormone. There are other hormones also, vasopressin, है ना? You would have studied in excretion. Yes? Yeah. है ना? Health regulates waste material and removal of water, maintenance of water balance in the body. है ना? That is vasopressin. It is released by what? Pituitary. Okay? Growth hormone. We, you know, our height is basically dependent on the pituitary. That is growth hormone. And yeah, last, what was the last thing? Pancreas. What do they release? They release insulin and glucagon. Okay? What do? They regulate the blood glucose level. Okay? Okay friends, I guess I am done with all my questions for control and coordination. I hope you would have had a better understanding. At least I would have contributed certain knowledge or enhanced your understanding of the chapter. And please go through these again, if possible, you know, just revise, browse through them. These are certain important questions. Okay, and you need to cover all things related to it. Okay, I guess I missed reflex arc. And just reflex arc, it is very important. Okay, just go through it. And very simply, it is given reflex action. It's about reflex action. Okay, just go through it. And in the book, if you're not able to understand, mention in the comments. I'll try to explain it if I get time. Anything else, you just mention in the comments. If time permits, I'll try to help you out. I'll make a videos on those things. And yeah, please revise them, go through them. As I told you, whatever subject you are finding difficulty in, give more time to it. Don't avoid that subject. Okay, give more time to the subject in which you are finding it, you know, in which you are finding difficulty. Say for example, maths, some certain students, you know, are not able to do maths properly. Just give more time towards it. Okay, you'll do better. If you're not able to do biology properly, give more time. It's all about time you give. Okay, and the more time you give, the more understanding you will develop. Obviously, initially you'll feel like hitting your head on the book or table, but slowly and gradually, trust me, it'll start penetrating. If you're not able to, you know, understand, just mention in the physics, chemistry, or biology content comment section. We'll try to help you out of that. Okay, that's it. So as I tell you, please, you know, stay focused, stay concentrated. There's only 1 month left. Trust me, you know, press the pedal. Don't relax. Give more time. Last 1 month, I guess these exams will decide what will you take in future, commerce, you know, or science, commerce, or arts. Just 1 month, then you can, you know, carry on. I guess after that there's a huge break coming. Okay, so you can enjoy at that time. Just 1 month, press hard, stay focused, work hard, give more time to the subjects. Okay, I'll see you in the next session. Take care, bye bye, good night. Yep.